If you're waiting for Google's next budget phone, the Pixel 10a, here's the honest truth. It's probably coming sooner than you think, but it might not be worth waiting for at all. Let's start with the big question everyone's asking. When is the Pixel 10a actually launching? Looking at Google's history, we can make a pretty confident guess. The last budget model, the Pixel 9a, dropped in April this year. Before that, the Pixel 8a and 7a both came out in May. And if you go even further back, the Pixel 6a launched in July. But that July timeline is now considered pretty unlikely. Given this pattern, and the fact that the main Pixel 10 lineup launched in August 2025, just like the Pixel 9 did last year, the safest bet is that Pixel 10a will land in April 2026. April fits perfectly into Google's recent release rhythm. Flagship in August, budget model around 7 to 8 months later. Could it slide into May? Sure, but April is where most signs point. Now, if that's all you wanted to know, you could stop here. But there's a much more important question hiding underneath. Should you even bother waiting for the Pixel 10a? And this is where things get a little disappointing. Because based on what's leaked so far, the Pixel 10a might not be the budget gem we were hoping for. The biggest red flag? It's rumored to use the older Tensor G4 chip, not the brand new Tensor G5 that powers the Pixel 10 series. And that's a bigger deal than it sounds. The Tensor G5 isn't just a small upgrade. It's the heart of all those new AI features Google showed off at the Pixel 10 launch. The smarter voice assistant, the advanced photo editing tools, the new on-device generative AI tricks. Without it, the Pixel 10a could miss out on some of the most exciting new software capabilities entirely. In other words, the Pixel 10a might launch in 2026, but it could already feel outdated the day it arrives. And that's not the first time we've seen this kind of trade-off with Google's A-series phones. They're known for cutting corners. That's how they stay affordable. But if the Tensor G4 rumor is true, this isn't just a small compromise. It's the difference between having Google's new AI experiences built into your phone and not having them at all. So, is saving a couple $100s worth missing out on what makes the Pixel 10 exciting in the first place? That's the question you need to ask. Here's another angle to think about. Timing. If the Pixel 10a does drop in April 2026, that's still about 6 to 7 months away. That's a long wait, especially when the Pixel 10 is already on shelves today, with the G5 chip, the latest AI tools, and all the software updates that will set the tone for the next few years. And Google's track record here matters. Remember the Pixel 9a? It was a decent budget phone, no question about that, but it also felt like it lagged behind the flagship in ways that mattered. If Google repeats that same formula with the 10a, we might end up with another phone that's just good enough rather than genuinely exciting. Now, none of this is set in stone. We're still months away from any official announcements, and leaks can always change. It's possible Google surprises us with a more powerful version of the 10a, or sneaks in more AI support than expected. But right now, the signs aren't pointing in that direction. So, where does that leave us? If you're on a tight budget and just want a clean Android experience, a decent camera, and long-term software support, then yeah, waiting for the Pixel 10a might make sense. Even with an older chip, it'll still likely deliver good performance for everyday tasks. And Google software is always reliable. But if you're excited about where smartphones are headed, especially with AI, then the Pixel 10a might feel like it's stuck in the past. In that case, it's worth seriously considering the base Pixel 10. Yes, it's more expensive, but you're also getting the full experience Google is building its future around. So here's the bottom line. Pixel 10a is almost certainly coming in April 2026, but there's a real chance it might arrive already behind the curve. If AI features and future-proofing matter to you, don't wait. But if affordability is your top priority and you're okay with a few compromises, the Pixel 10a could still be a solid option. Just know exactly what you're signing up for. Because in the fast-moving world of smartphones, sometimes the budget version isn't just cheaper, it's a whole generation behind. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.